Does he get excited? Usually I'm the one having this problem.
Yeah, I never have this problem.
I know.
Never.
We're going to pep it up.
Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of the International Brendan Fraser Film Festival of North Carolina.
We are the Bembridge Scholars. That's Dizzy.
This is Whitney. We are sisters, and we love Brendan Fraser. We are watching all of his films and television shows, and we are now officially in the year 2000. This is a DreamWorks picture called Sinbad, Beyond the Veil of Mists. Ooh.
Well, I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I know what he looks like, though.
You said it has swashbuckling, hence the inspiration for the earrings,
Knives,
daggers,
and skulls.
and skulls.
Yeah.
Originally, you were going to wear something totally different today, and I was thinking we were going to be in sort of Easter colors. It's before Easter right now, in this time. So I went with pastels, and then you came out, and I, I could have worn. Our outfits do not.
My shirt was putting me in a bad mood. It didn't go with anything. So
You're dressed as the mood today. So I'm in cats and pastels.
I'm just in black. So that's how I'm feeling today. How are you feeling today? I feel like what he did in Duckman and what he did in The Simpsons were two wildly different things. I'm really wondering what he's going to do with Sinbad.
Because this is a feature film. So what's his character?
I think he's Sinbad.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
So he is the lead animated character, which I'm looking forward to.
Well, I think we should just get to it.
Okay.
Sinbad, Beyond the Veil of Mist.
Someone took a lot of acid by accident.
Just gotta chill.
That's how bad it was. It's chilling.
Let's just talk about all the terrible things. The animation was awful.
Horrendous.
And even compared to things that were being made in the early 2000s or 1999, like...
I don't know who thought that this was a good idea.
This was awful. There were actually times when... So there's a princess, and I know we need to say the synopsis, but the princess's dress, it disappeared.
It disappears when she's walking.
Her,
so you can see her knee.
And then there was a time when she had a scrape on her arm.
But it kept moving.
And it just kept moving. It wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
Like, even in the same shot, it was hovering and moving.
Well, also there were shots, like kind of panoramic shots, where parts of the scenery were like shaking and moving, but then everything else was fine.
Or sometimes they were just white splotches.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like something that went straight to DVD.
No, straight to VHS.
Straight to VHS.
Not even
You're
DVD.
Right.
But the cast, this had like some big names in it, so I don't know how they all thought or how they all felt about this once it was all put together. Like, if they were mortified. I would be mortified if my name was attached to this. Mortified. It looked like it was dubbed. The words were not matching up with the mouths, but also like the mouths would keep moving after the character had stopped talking. Mm-hmm. It was just like...
But everything, all of it, the actual animation was awful. At one point, someone was giving someone a hug, and he's like...
I don't know if this is like cutting edge technology for computer animation or not. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Like, when I look at The Mummy, that was done in 99, I look at what ILM did, and it's like light years beyond what was in Sinbad.
Well, it was a sin, and it was bad.
That was my note, Whitney. I'm so glad I didn't pay money for this.
Me too.
This movie is about a princess who finds this old man washed up on the beach. She brings him to her father, the king, and it turns out that the guy who washed up on the beach is actually like a sorcerer. He kind of does like a body swapping thing with the king, throws the real king in jail, and then he is like this bad guy ruling over the entire land. So she hires Sinbad because they have to go behind the veil or something
of
mists to figure out this map that she found in the wizard's thing. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What does matter is, like, halfway through this movie, it totally flipped. And then it turned into like some kind of psychedelic trip
underwater
with the creature of the Black Lagoon, but like holographic.
Oh, right, that part.
And like then they're like hanging on to mushrooms and they're flying through the sky like on a floating mushroom. I don't know. And then there's like a fish, like a robotic fish that like catches them. I don't understand this movie. This was really bad. We were just fast forwarding everything until we got to Brendan's stuff. And honestly, like, I didn't love his work in this. It was just kind of... I would like to think that his lack of note in this movie was not his fault.
Also, there weren't even that many lines, though. I think the animation, it was so obviously bad because they weren't saying anything, and so all we could do was watch it. They're just walking. Sorry, I was just so messy.
The girl, what's her face? The princess?
Serena. She's wearing
a golden age Hollywood interpretation of a sexy pirate wench.
Now, I'm not saying I didn't like her outfit.
No, it was cute, but like she had a head like a
but
cute
did
little
it fit with this movie?
No. But listen, who did she remind you of?
Jasmine.
Roz. Still breathing. Roz. If Roz decided to get into theater and she was trying to play like a young ingenue, that's exactly how she would play it. She looked like Roz, her face didn't move. And her voice was like kind of like, oh, I'm so sexy, I don't really care. But then every once in a while she'd be like, oh, hi! This did not do anything for my mood today. This just puts me in a really bad mood how bad it was.
Disney is having a really traumatic Sinbad experience. Now, I agree. It was not great. It's not my least favorite thing that I've seen that Brendan Fraser's name has been attached to, I don't think.
The reason why I think we've been able to finish all the Brendan Fraser movies, especially the ones that we haven't liked, is because at least we have his face to look at. There was just bad animation to look at. That was it. Like... It was not even a feast for my eyes.
And there's really not a lot that he could do with this.
No.
So with that being said, don't watch it. But if you want to hear how we rate it, then watch us.
Then stay tuned.
Just watch this.
Okay, so
this is called Sinbad. I'm just going to underline the bad.
Yeah.
And the sin. Oh, I just have to say, there's this one scene where they're underwater and there are these mushroom, they're mushroom farmers that look kind of like seahorses that have legs with high heels.
Mm-hmm. Well, they look like the creature from the Black Lagoon. The lead guy, his voice is like, I have no idea. That's my brother.
The voice was so
bad.
But it sounded like it wasn't even someone doing a voice like that. They
computerized it.
All right, Sinbad, just Brendan Fraser's character, the hero of the story.
Emotional depth. 1.
I think we can agree there were no mans.
No mans. But also we did fast forward through.
That's true, but I don't think this is a man movie, and really I don't care. Okay.
Comedic
performance.
This was funny, but very unintentionally funny, and I don't know if he had anything to do with that.
This is a number 1. I started with a 0 because I saw what you did, but I think I'm just going to give him a 1.
I cannot go above a 0, Whitney.
I think he deserves a 1 because he was in the movie, and there were a couple of... I feel like there was one line that might have been slightly funny from him. I can't remember what it was. But there was something where I was like, Okay. I'm overriding. I'm just giving that a 1.
Okay.
Sorry. Best actor in a dramatic role. Again, not a lot to work with.
This wasn't comedic, nor was it dramatic. It was just bland. I mean, I feel like everything should just have 0.
Physical prowess and stunts. Now,
he did a lot of stunt work.
His character did a lot of fighting and climbing. Mm-hmm. And he definitely, of all of the animated characters in this film, he had a lot of physical prowess. He was very muscular. He was the hero. So I do think that we need to actually just objectively give him some points.
But he wasn't graceful in his stunts. He did not have much fluidity in his body. I cannot say that, in real life, he would be capable of saving anyone with those stunts.
But in this particular strand of events, he somehow saved the day. Okay, compared to the other two animated characters that we've seen, I think this character probably has the most physical prowess.
I guess. Let's just do 3.
Hair. I actually really liked the hair.
His hair was fine, but the facial hair docks a lot of points. Like, I would give him a 5 for hair,
Honestly,
but that facial hair was criminal. No one needs a goatee.
But he had a nice little curly Q in the front.
Oh, yeah. No, his hair was great.
The hair was really good.
His hair was great, but the goatee really knocks it down.
I think it was the best animated hair so far. Minus the goatee.
I think I'd take Simpson's hair over that.
All right, let's meet in the middle.
Okay, 3.
Hidden talents. I can't think of anything.
0.
Swoons.
If they were actually able to convey human expression on the faces of any of these characters, then maybe like the princess would have swooned, but her face, she's just had a lot of Botox.
Maybe she just wasn't capable. Because really at the end, of course, they get together, and then they kiss, and then they get married. And I said, wow, I didn't see them fall in love at all.
No.
There was nothing.
No, there was 0 chemistry there.
Absolutely zilch.
Yeah.
So I'm saying 0 swoons.
Yeah.
Even though this is a character who probably has women swooning over him all the time. But we just didn't really get to see it. Temperature. Now,
Whitney, is he even half of what Dimitri is?
Okay, well, if you put it like that.
He's the dollar store version of Dimitri.
Dollar General?
Yeah. He's the off-brand.
3. Yeah. Dancing? I don't think I saw any dancing.
Costumes, he basically wore the same thing the whole time, right?
Yeah, but I thought it was good.
It was very bulky.
His body is just bulky.
But like it went like beyond his shoulders a lot. He looked like a space cadet.
Well, the colors of everything, except for her dress, were kind of bland.
Let's go with 2.
And notes.
I feel like I've aged 15 years in the last hour and a half.
You are in a worse mood now?
I'm in a way worse mood now.
And you were the one of the two of us who, before we watched, you said, I'm excited about it, actually. And I said, really, why? Because I just thought, so far I've been a bit underwhelmed by the animated vocalizations. Not so much because of his performance, but because of what these works
What he has to work with. If he had more time in The Simpsons...
Yeah, I mean, I actually liked that Simpsons episode.
I did too.
So I'm not knocking the Simpsons, but he just, his part was so small.
Yeah.
Now I am definitely knocking
Duckman,
Private Dick Family Man, Salmon's Kegel.
Salmon's Kegel will haunt my dreams
never
forever.
Needs to happen. I don't ever need to see him sitting on a toilet.
No.
This wasn't gross to look at.
Like it was though. It was. I think I would rather watch Duckman. At least the animation was like stylized, and it wasn't bad animation. Like
no, it was
the
not.
Characters were like odd looking, but it was very quirky. Artistically, it was not bad. Sinbad?
This just looked like someone's first attempt at animation. With that being said, could I do that? No.
Absolutely not.
Tried, but if you're gonna do that and make a movie out of it and hire real actors to do the voices.
I mean, Leonard Nimoy was one of the voices.
I don't know who that is, but
he was Spock in Star Trek.
Oh, I'm just uninspired.
Mm-hmm.
The title says it all. Sin. I'm just gonna make the bad bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Bad, and I'm gonna bold it.
Bold it.
And I'm gonna add exclamation points.
Okay, how many are you adding?
As many as will fit.
14 is the final score for Sinbad, Legend of the whatever. Next week is
it Bedazzled?
It's Bedazzled. And one of the scholars is going to be back to join us.
Well, Dizzy, it's been a pleasure.
Has it?
Nope.
This is scholar work.
It is.
And sometimes it's not always pretty. Anyways, keep it scholarly.
We have been living under the sea for 50,000 years.
Wow, you made him British. I love it. Was he British? I don't even know.
I don't know.